Round Challenge Cup tie. The fourth round being when the Super League teams enter the competition, and this afternoon here at Headingley it's Leeds against Castleford, the Yorkshire derby, and in position for us are Richard Duckenfield, Jonathan Davis and Ray French.
1998 is the Chinese year of the Tiger, and here at Headingley the Castleford fans are hoping to see their own Tigers celebrate the new year with a trip to Wembley, and many of those youngsters from the Young Tigers Club have made the trip from Weldon Road. Always a good crowd here for this all Yorkshire derby, and I think both sides confident after a good training programme in the winter. And nice to see a lot of young faces flocking to rugby league as the new season begins. Many school parties often go down on the trips to Wembley, and this is where it all starts. In Cumbria, the amateurs Egremont delivered the first shock at the weekend with a 3-try defeat at Workington, and London Broncos' Wembley ambitions begin at the home of the first ever winners of the Cup in 1897 at Backley. And tomorrow, of course, we have on Sunday Grandstand the match between the Cup holders St Helens, who visit Yorkshire, at Featherstone at Post Office Road. Leeds have an impressive record in recent seasons. 2 Wembley appearances and 3 semi-finals in the last 5 years, but no Challenge Cup win since 1978. Castleford lost out to Wigan and 2 tries from Martin O'Fire in that 1992 final, and it's 12 years since they too last lifted the trophy. Just 1 win in 6 meetings for Castleford 29 years ago in the days of Mal Reilly and Alan Hardesty, but they did go on to lift the cup. Richard Duckenfield spoke a little earlier to the 2 coaches and the captains, and he first of all asked lead skipper Yasin Harris if he was surprised by that 22-all draw in the friendly match in the new year.
Yes, it's surprising, but you know it's a Challenge Cup, and Castleford always want to come here and win. You know it's their big game of the season, and for us to win this game, we're going to have to be at the top of our form, and you know, like I say, we are looking forward to the challenge.
Yeah, they're a very, very strong side. Obviously, they've got Barry McDermott back and Mark Glanville from Australia, so the side we played on New Year's Day is a lot stronger. But on the other side of the coin, you know, we've got a longer side out on the park today.
It's a local derby against Castleford. They'll really be flying, won't they?
Yeah, they will, and everyone keeps telling me that, but maybe there's another team out there into them too, so it'll be a good clash, I'm sure.
I've got to say I agree with him too. There's obviously going to be one happy person in this game and one sad person, and I'm just hoping it's going to be me that's going to be happy.
We know it's going to be really, really tough today, you know, but all the lads are up for it, and we're looking forward to the challenge.
It's every player's dream to play at Wembley, and you know, the boys in the Castleford change room are no different, and hopefully we can win today. We've got 2 more games before the big one.
Neither of the 2 coaches ever been involved in a Silk Cut Challenge Cup tie and sudden death. I'm sure both of them will relish this next 80 minutes. Considerable interest in the Leeds team, I'm sure, for you, Jonathan, an ex-centre, full-back, stand-off in your days. Jonathan, Harris's position's quite unusual.
Yeah, I think Ray Murray said that you know, Yeston can play anywhere, but with Tony Kemp back in you know, in the side, it just strengthens the whole back line with Yeston playing full back.
So we see Harris at full back, not in his favoured position at stand-off. The number 6 jersey is handed to Kiwi international Tony Kemp, and a new name, John, at loose forward, Mark Glanville from Newcastle Knights in Australia.
Yeah, tremendous player. He's very strong, very aggressive, but very skillful loose forward. So you know, he could be a big asset to this club.
And a new centre signing for Castleford, former Wigan star Barry John Mather should make his 6'7" presence felt in the middle, and in the pack, that front row of McKell and Sampson has a solid look about it, and between them, for me, 19-year-old Danny Orr could prove the match winner. 17-stone prop Barry McDermott makes a welcome return after 7 months inactivity with a broken leg. A new signing for Cass, Francis Maloney, will make his debut from the bench. Leeds nervous, I think, to make this Challenge Cup start. 10 times winners of the Challenge Cup, a team with great pedigree, but one, Jonathan, who never quite fulfilled the potential, do they?
No, but with Graham Murray now, he's a great coach with a great reputation, and I think he'll instill a lot of confidence in them. And you know, injury-free, they should have a big season, Leeds.
Led out by the mascot, Ronnie the Rhino. The time he got married to Rita in the winter. Marcella, tough prop forward. Barry McDermott there, the number 10, just sitting on the bench. He's keen to get into the action. And a good attendance there underneath this south stand. Iestyn Harris, £350,000 buy from Warrington and Castleford. Last won the cup back in 1968, but he made some big buys. Mike Ford and Richard Gaither playing on the wing, and a very, very good crowd there come from Weldon Road. Nathan Sykes, Lee Harlan, Dean Sampson, Andrew Schick. A lot will depend on that pack. And Barry John Mather, the new signing, great experience with Wigan and Perth Western Reds. Tremendous support for Cass, John.
Yeah, great support. You know, Yorkshire Derby, it's going to be a great atmosphere, and the conditions are perfect. You know, it's one of the best playing surfaces as well. It's fantastic.
Mike Ford, a player of considerable experience, Wembley appearances himself, a Great Britain tourist, one of the most experienced players in rugby league, 15 years service. And Iestyn Harris, a contrast in experience, just 21 years of age, and one of the youngest skippers in the game. And still in his prime, 38 years old Wigan referee John Connolly. Referee of the year in 93 and 94, a man of some authority. The Rhinos mascot just celebrating his day out with the toss of the coin. No real wind out here at Headingley, so I don't think it will really matter which end the teams play from. But the pitch, very firm, quite dry. Andrew Schick, the Aussie, he had a little calf strain problem with his right leg on Thursday afternoon when I watched him train, but he said he would be okay. And these Leeds players look nervous, John, don't they?
Yeah, it is a huge game, you know. It's starting the Challenge Cup, and as both captains said, everyone wants to go to Wembley, and you have no second chances.
They certainly don't. But Castleford, nevertheless, keen side, 25-1 in the betting to lift the cup. Leeds at 10-1. Players settling themselves down. Richie Blackmore, former Castleford player, big, powerful Kiwi centre. A lot to prove to the Weldon Road fans. And Adrian Morley, very little to prove. He had an outstanding series for Great Britain against Australia in the autumn. Brad Davis, a player who has been in the lower divisions for 3 or 4 seasons. Now a chance to hit it with the Premier sides. Lively standoff. Hardly a breath of wind out here. The warm sunshine which was here this morning has just gone. The clouds coming over. Ideal conditions for this cup tie. And the 1998 Silk Cut Challenge Cup gets underway. And appropriately on the ground of the first ever final 101 years ago. Good tackling there by Leeds. These forwards just testing each other out. For Adrian Valls there, number 13. He's a former teammate of yours, John.
Yeah, tremendous tackle. I think it'll be an interesting tussle there between Blackmore and Valls.
Ford relieving the pressure with a kick. Picked up there. Harris playing that captain's role in the number 1 position, bringing that ball away. Adrian Morley, good strong run, one of the best youngsters in the game now, this lad. Ryan Sheridan from the Eagles, Sheffield Eagles side, slipping the ball there to Masala. Leeds 10 times winners of the Cup, but as we said, 20 years since their last success. Tony Kemp. Harris in the action early.
Yeah, I don't think, he'll have a roving role, he'll be everywhere. He won't be just popping up out wide. I think he'll be, taking a bit of pressure off Tony Kemp to stand up as well.
Good tackling stint here by Castleford. Clever little grubber kick there by Sheridan. Oh, beautifully done. Oh, that fooled Castleford. That was cleverly done. Castleford were expecting the high ball, the bomb, and Sheridan put the little grubber kick in. You can do that when the defence is up very flat, John, can't you?
Yeah, tremendous play there. Just puts the grubber through. Ford is out of position. A great tackle there by Flowers, but Sheridan is tremendous pace.
One would have expected, John, to have seen Mike Ford in a sweeper role there.
Yeah, they do that. They play a sweeper system when Mike Ford just sweeps behind the defensive line. Sheridan just saw him out of position, put the little grubber through.
Castleford's last win in the Cup in '86 against Old Kingston Rovers, but have bought well during the winter. Barry John Mather, Francis Maloney, Chick. And a penalty there. The referee wants the players back 10 metres. He wants two men also at the play of the ball, holding down.
Yeah, holding
you
down.
name it, that was it.
And he ripped the ball out. But this Graham Murray won't be happy with this. They've just given 2 penalties away, and they will give Castleford excellent field position.
McKell, 26 years of age, Richie McKell. Big pack is this Castleford. Oh, that looked a shade forward, but it's Paddy John Mather. He loses the ball. I must confess, it looked a shade forward there on that final pass.
Yeah, Mr. Connolly was in a good position there. Both passes looked a bit forward, but tremendous start there at Castleford. A great ploy here when Mick Ford comes across and just picked Vowles up, who's come across from the left centre.
Leeds then back into this game using the prop forwards. Masala and Kemp. Oh, a risky pass, but picked up well by Blackmore. That's the size and the strength that we talked about. 6'2", 16 stone 6. Anthony Farrell. And as usual, we have Richard Duckingfield down there on the bench. Any news in this early stages, Rick?
Well, you wonder, Ray, what Leeds new coach Graham Murray is making of it so far. He said before the game that the big thing he'd be concentrating on with the Leeds players is attitude. And already in this game, I think you can see that Leeds are certainly up for the game, and the attitude has been pretty good so far. Otherwise, a slight breeze at their backs, plenty of spring on the ground, and completely unseasonal weather conditions, really.
Graham Murray, of course, the new Leeds coach, only arrived last month from the Hunter Mariners, and a kick from Harris. Not the best of kicks, John.
No, just a bit too strong, and Richard Gage just leaves it though. It'll be disappointing with that because they can ease pressure.
These front rows, McKell and Sampson getting through a lot of work. Forward. Brad Davis. He's taken a knock. Little groggy there. Ford again. Picked up by Sterling, but Davis is still a little groggy. Harris. Offside. Referee John Connolly playing the advantage very, very well there, allowing Harris to take the ball up, but they were offside. They went 10 metres, and that's a good kick.
He certainly came into the game yesterday, and as twice he's took the ball from first man.
Sheridan, good ball again to Harris. Well, he's certainly responding to this captaincy that he's been given. Leeds then on the attack now. Tony Kemp. Oh, not the best of passes, but it's dangerous. Picked up nicely. Castleford did well to retrieve the situation. Castleford quite content just to bring the ball away here, and it looks to be Danny Orr there. I don't think referee John Connolly is aware that the young teenage hooker is receiving attention.
I think that's the problem. He is a half-back, and playing the hooker, he's gonna, he's got to take the ball up on a couple of occasions. He took a hefty bump that doesn't look very good.
Well, it never looks very good when the stretcher comes on for a rugby player. Referee John Connolly has just finally noticed what's happening on the other end of the field. No detriment there to Mr. Connolly. He was right up with the play. He was into the action. And he'll certainly give the physiotherapists and Stuart Raper there, the Castleford coach, time to look and assess Danny Orr's injury and readjust the team. Stuart Raper, who did so much to lighten Castleford's season towards the end of '97. And Richard, any news down there on the injury?
Well, there was immediately an awful lot of concern about young Danny Orr there, one of Castleford's most promising players. As soon as the trainer went on, he was signalling to the bench for help, and Stuart Raper, the Castleford coach, came down from his seat in the stands to the bench to reorganise the side. He was anxious too that the game was stopped so that Danny Orr could get the right kind of treatment.
And Danny Orr there is getting the right kind of treatment, and let's hope that he makes a swift recovery.
Yeah, it's terrible seeing any injuries on the rugby part, but yeah, I just hope that he's okay. But a little bit of a problem now. Francis Maloney's on, and he's a halfback, so it'll be interesting to see who fills the hooking role.
Well, the youngster, one of the most promising talents in the game, getting warm applause from the Castleford and the Leeds fans. Great sporting spirit here at Headingley. And let's hope that all's well eventually. Forward again to McKell. And of course that presents a problem, John. We've got Francis Maloney on, but he's a different type of player to Danny Orr, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, he will go, and I think Brad Davis now will go into the acting halfback. He'll see who goes and fills the hooker. A stupid play there from McKell. And the first tackle from a penalty. Here he is, he gets his arm loose, but that's a stupid play, just should go for field position.
And as you said, Brad Davis has gone into the hooking role, with Maloney into the half-back spot. Farrell loses it, and it's Castleford who pick it up. Mick Ford, good start here now. Castleford on the attack. Lots of wild passing. Ford again to Schick. Good tackle by Kemp. Notice Tony Kemp's right arm heavily strapped there. Broken for a considerable time last season.
Again, like I said, Graham Murray won't be happy. Again, he makes the tackle and just holds him down. He gets the knee in there, just holds him down. Lack of discipline.
And I think Francis Maloney was contemplating having a shot at goal there, John.
Well, he can kick a ball. That's one thing Francis can do. And, he's taken over the kicking roles now, over the touchline as well.
Quite a few penalties been handed out there already, just in 10 minutes. Here is Maloney.
Yeah, there are a few swinging arms, and I think, Conley, the referee, will have to have a word with a few people.
Well, there's no love lost between these two Yorkshire rivals. Good pass there. Back inside with Davis. Mick Ford. 8 metres here now from that Leeds line. The ball's got to go right. Maloney, Barry John Mather's getting over. Oh, Barry John Mather, the giant centre, is over in the corner. Tremendous break in midfield, quick movement of the ball out wide, and the Leeds defence, the drifting defence that Leeds employ, just wasn't there in the corner. and much to the delight of those Castleford fans. Mather repays the confidence in him, John.
Just a simple pass, and unfortunately Cummins misses the tackle on him, and you can't afford to miss the tackles 5 yards from your own line. Yeah, just a simple pass. They had numbers, just misses the tackle and strolls over. All come from the lack of discipline.
But you don't expect, John, I mean, you were quite short to mark a 6'7" centre, do you?
Yeah, but like I said, you know, he can't run without his legs. He just missed the tackle, Ray, and at 6'10", he might have stretched over from there anyway. But, you know, it's all come from the lack of discipline, the penalty that Tony Kemp gave away.
That's right. So, Francis Maloney, one of the new signings for Castleford this winter. Very compact, powerful player, but not the easiest of kicks for him for his first attempt. No problems with any of the wind or the air currents. Ideal conditions. So Maloney then looking to add another 2 points to the opening try. Strikes it well. I think it's going over. It is. Oh, tremendous effort there from Maloney. No problems whatsoever from the time that ball left his boot. Castleford 6, Leeds 0.
Here we go. Yeah, Francis has come on, and it's his pass that creates the try for Mather. But you know, all the players been with Leeds, and just a lack of discipline. And it's all, as a goal kicker, it's always nice to see your first one going over. It just takes a bit of pressure off the next one.
Tony Kemp.
There is, understandably, on the Castleford bench a great deal of concern about 19-year-old Danny Orr, who was taken off on a stretcher very properly and very carefully immobilised when he was taken off. He's in the treatment room now, being examined by the doctor and by the physiotherapist. Confirmation that it is a neck injury that Danny Orr has, and of course that Orr was potentially very serious, so we can only hope that it proves not to be all that serious. But Danny Orr off with a neck injury.
And I'm sure we'll have further news on Danny Orr as soon as we can get it from Richard. Leeds trying to move through the middle via their forwards. Glanville there, number 12. Tony Kemp, a standoff as big as forward. It looks slightly forward, but no, Morley's racing away. Good tackle. Tremendous cover tackle there. Jason Flowers was in, but it still Leeds on the attack. Driving over that line, just held up there. Mick Ford did well to get back there for Castleford. Back to Kemp. Danger here for the Tigers. Sheridan, he's lost the ball. Well, Tony Kemp having a word with the referee, he felt it was knocked out of his hand.
Well, again, they had numbers, and I felt Ryan Sheridan made the wrong decision there. They had numbers on the right. They should have gone wider. Again, Sheridan, well, last tackle, he went for the tackle. I think it was a turnover.
Jason Critchley and Barry John Mather now with a head wound. Back into the frame. Andrew Schick, good strong driving run, and that surely is interference. Yes, Dean Lawford puts his hands up in the air as if to say, what, me referee? But no doubt about it, John, interfering from behind at the play of the ball.
Well, I can't believe you know, how badly Leeds are playing at the moment. The discipline is atrocious, and it's just you know, taking the pressure off Castleford, and they're playing a nice easy game. They're just taking it up the middle, you know, getting a platform, and then just playing in their half. Leeds are playing lateral football. They should start just going forward.
John Connolly there was just telling Yestin Harris what the problem was. Nathan Sykes was having a breather and some medical attention. Mick Ford to Dean Sampson, over 300 games in a Castleford jersey, this lad, in his testimonial year. Maloney. Lee Harlan, good tackle by Morley. McKell, former Wakefield Trinity forward, had Had a few injuries last year, could come into his own this season. Mick Ford, and it's Ford who's bringing these Castleford forwards on, John, all the time.
Yeah, maybe his legs have gone now, old Mick Ford, but the brain is still there, and he's just dictating the pattern at the moment.
Tony Kemp just couldn't pick up. Well intended though. A record £100,000 eventually at stake to the winning side at Wembley in May. But many rounds to go yet. Ford again. To Jason Flowers. That's a little hurried. But that's good cover defence from Leeds. Note the 4 Leeds players.
Again, I think that's Richard Gain. He comes in and Morley just catches him there with a thigh. You know, another blow to the head.
Quite a few of the Castleford fans to my left considered that the Leeds defence came in a little late there, and certainly again there are problems. Richard Gay, normally a full-back, selected on the wing by Stuart Raper.
Yeah, I think again, Ray, you know, he's not looking very good, and you know, this might affect the last 20 minutes. You know, if they use 2 subs very early on in the game. You know, there's Danny Orr, he seems to have recovered a little bit, but you know, the last 20 they'll need to use their subs, and with 2 down already.
And here we see, oh, there's a short arm goes in there, it misses, but certainly I think there was some heavy tackling there.
It's very aggressive and very ferocious at the moment, Ray, and I think they got to cool down and play with their heads. Leeds have.
When you think these players have been sort of sitting on their backsides for the past 4 months in the winter, they've been training, they've been pumping weights in the winter, and suddenly this is the first point of attack, isn't it? But it's a little too fierce at the moment.
I just think that you know, they've just been used to hitting bags, and now it's the real thing.
And John Wells, another youngster coming on for Richard Gay. Brad Davis to Mather. Right forward, Francis Maloney trying to come off that left foot, but the tackling from Leeds is good, especially there from Darren Fleary. Well, even Mather at 6'7" couldn't catch that. Harris picks it up. Now then, has he got the pace to go round that Castleford defence? Not quite. Good covering there by Sykes.
I just think that Castleford look a bit more organised with Mick Ford and Brad Davis at half-backs. It just looked more organised than Leeds.
Rivet bringing the ball in there. Glanville trying to work the ball out to the left, but good tackling again from Castleford. Farrell. We understand that Richard Gay has cuts to the head, and the doctor is now working on it. Tony Kemp with a testing kick for Flowers. And that's good chasing. Good tackling.
Yeah, I think a good set of 6 there with Leeds. They just settled it down, just drove on, and a good kick at the end.
Mather doing the sensible thing there, coming away from the acting half-back. And there is Richard Gray. He doesn't look too happy from that knock to the head.
I think this prop, Darren Fleary, has certainly put himself about. He's made a few huge hits.
Ford, nice pass to Sampson. Davis, Mather. And again, Adrian Morley's there. Just 20 minutes gone, and still the fierce tackling continues. Good run. Oh! Davis losing the ball. Harris coming away. Looking dangerously. This is what Harris likes, a broken field. He's a sidestepper. He has pace. Leeds now on the attack. Sheridan. No support. And it's Castleford who are backpedaling now. Harris again. That looked a high tackle, and that is a high tackle from Dean Sampson. No excuses for that. Any arm above the shoulders is a high tackle.
Yeah, high tackle there, Sampson. But yes, and Harris has certainly put himself about. He's very deceptive, you know, and he's strong and very quick. And you know, him and Sheridan, great broken field runners.
Masala, former Tongan prop in the World Cup in '95. Morley, Farrell. Certainly Farrell and Fleary, the prop forward, taking a lot of sting out of this Castleford side. That short pass to Kemp, Kemp to Sheridan. Oh, good run here by Fleary. Has he got the strength to go over? 3 Castleford men are holding him. No, a metre short. Tony Kemp, interception by Mather. Well, Barry John Mather, he read that pass superbly. He came off his own line, and the pressure is over for Castleford. He's certainly looking a good buy, John.
He is a silly pass there, you know, he's only like 2 yards away from the try line and throws a long pass, you know, he hasn't got far to go to get the interception. But the Cas defence too, Ribber, we're very happy with the Cas defence, you know, they are holding out, they are spreading well, and more importantly, they're communicating very well in defence.
Lee Harlan. It certainly is a game of defences, both sides employing the drifting defence, moving from one side of the field to the other as the ball moves across.
And it's Castleford who've taken the physical battering so far, but Leeds aren't without their problems as well. Mark Glanville has a dead left leg, and he's likely to be replaced very shortly. Mark Glanville, number 12 for Leeds, who's had treatment on his leg. But good news, Danny Orr, who went off with a neck injury, is back on the Castleford bench. He's okay, Danny Orr back on the Castleford bench.
Back to the action with Leroy Rivett, the wingman, coming in to take the pressure off the Leeds forwards. Both he and Sterling playing an active role in midfield. Number 20, the substitute, Jamie Matthew, coming on the field. Farrell on the 5th tackle. Tony Kemp. Nice change of direction there. That's a difficult ball for Flowers. Oh, he takes it well. But again, a good chase. Just look at the substitute forward up there, up with the centre Cummings.
Yeah, I think the kick was too far, you know, he just took it very comfortably towards the end with plenty of time.
Offside, down the blind side there, Mr. Connolly just keeping a check on Francis Cummings. He certainly had his work cut out as John Connolly in these opening minutes. Sampson. Davis now moving comfortably into that acting half-back role. They've got Davis, Maloney, and here Michael Smith, the former Canterbury Bulldogs player, coming on for McKell. Smith, a man with a big reputation. Maloney. There's no way through the middle, John, is there? It's a wedge in the middle. It really is tight.
Yeah, defences are very strong at the moment.
Oh, Tony Kemp obstructed there. Well, that ball was high in the air.
Yeah, I think John Connolly has seen it. Just comes in, stood in his way.
Well, Tony Kemp is saying, what's that for, sir? But there's no doubt about it. He put his shoulder into the Castleford player. And it's a sin bin. It's 10 minutes in the sin bin. Harris is protesting again. But quite honestly, I think Kemp's getting what he deserved there, John.
Yeah, it was a good kick, and Adrian Vowles, you know, a tremendous chase. He just, if you watch Vowles, no, I'm not sure what this is, but Vowles just, you don't have to get out of the way, but he did put the shoulder into him, and he just floored him.
Yeah, I must say I spotted it straight away as I was waiting for the ball to come down. So, a chance for Maloney to add another 2 points. Already one good kick to boost his confidence from the right-hand touchline.
Yeah, an easier kick for Maloney. This side, his favour side right foot. He should be able to just curl it in.
Francis Maloney then, one of the round the corner style of kickers, which is very much in vogue these days. No, well, John, you were wrong. He just puts it to the right-hand side of the upright.
Yeah, I'd be disappointed with that. It should have been, you know, a comfortable kick for him. His 2 points missed.
Graham Murray, Leeds Rhinos coach, pen in hand, looks to be a worried man at this stage. I would think he'd be concerned about the discipline of the Leeds side, John.
Yeah, well, you know, they just the discipline is atrocious. It's taking all the pressure, and they're getting field position. Castleford, they haven't been in the game really, but they've just, you know, they could be 8 points up now.
Usually very close matches between these two sides. That 22-all draw in the pre-season friendly in the new year. And there we see, John, that tells the tale, doesn't it? 59% possession for Castleford. Castleford then, still with that possession. Francis Maloney, nice switch inside there. To Smith. Sampson running through on the dummy run there. Back to Haaland, a nice dummy. Oh, he's got that ball away. Back to Brad Davis. On the 5th tackle. Leeds right back on their own line. Forward, looks for the drop kick, and it's over. Mike Ford taking the drop kick. Always worth taking in a cup tie. 7 points to 0 for Cass. It means that Leeds have to score twice.
Yeah, pass just in front of him, just checks. Not the greatest one he's ever kicked, but sneaks over. As you said earlier, Ray, you know what, he just pulls it and just crawls inside the left-hand upright. As you said earlier, they are very, very close, these Yorkshire derbies, and that point might be very important at the end.
But as you were saying, John, I think Castleford look a little more organised around about that half-back loose forward position. They instinctively know what the other one is doing.
Yeah, I think so. You know, with Mike Ford and Maloney there, they are controlling matters, and of course they've got Brad Davis. So, you know, Sheridan and Kemp have got them, you know, take control of the Leeds side.
But plenty of talent in this Leeds side. And one of the best coaches in rugby, Graham Murray. Perhaps not had too long to look after his charges. Castleford again having the bulk of the territorial advantage, John. But here's a chance. Sheridan puts it back to Cummins. Now then Cummins, and the ball to Ellis. Oh, he just can't get away. Superb tackle by Adrian Vowles. But Lawford gets that ball across there to Rivet, cuts through, back inside to Sheridan. This is good from Leeds. Glanville, oh, he's caught in possession. And another mistake. Lets Castleford off the hook.
Great scrambling defence there by Castleford. They were cut up the middle, but you know, they scrambled well, and you know, the last-ditch tackling has been superb so far.
And that was clever play by Mick Ford to take the ball to the blind side. Just shows there, though, handling errors, 5 from Leeds. That's where Castleford have had their possession, John.
Yeah, again, you know, they seem to be just playing very lateral football and not setting up a platform.
Still a long time to go though. 7 points to nil is no winning margin in a Challenge Cup tie between these two great sides. Brad Davis with a kick that goes straight out on the full, and so it'll be Leeds possession on the spot from where he kicked.
Yeah, disappointing there. Francis Maloney was on his outside. He should have given Francis the ball.
Now, can Leeds make good use of this set of 6? Jamie Matthew. Masala. Good ground gain by the big Tongan. Sheridan. Harris again. Nice ball inside to Morley. Oh, and that Morley was looking for support on his inside, and that's a penalty. Holding down to play the ball. And Francis Cummins puts his hands up to say, look, should somebody be in the sin bin for 10 minutes?
Again, a great cover tackle by Smith there. Just hangs on. Morley's trying to get up. Yeah, he is lucky there. There's one in the sin bin already. He could have been the second one.
Yestin Harris then, looking for Leeds' first points.
I think Yestin's been involved in the game a lot in the first half, but I think he's got to be a bit more choosy and then coming wider. He's trying to do too much at the moment. I don't, as the captain now, he's taking the responsibility on. But he just needs to, run a bit wider and pick his moments to come into the match.
And yet, John, 1 or 2 times when he has come through, an extra man in support could have caused real damage.
Yeah, but like I said, they need to, set a platform to release backs like Blackburn and Yestin and Sterling. That's where Cas will have the edge at the moment.
So just 15 metres out, this kick, and almost 20 metres in from the far touch line. And Leeds would welcome these 2 points. And they do. So the first points on the board for the Rhinos. And the youngsters there certainly let everybody know. That's a good kick. Well
Yes.
judged.
Sweetly struck and just pulled it in, what Francis Maloney didn't do earlier on.
This the 4th round of the Silk Cut Challenge Cup. Tony Kemp there, still sitting out his 10 minutes. As I said, the 4th round of the Silk Cut Challenge Cup. The cup began way back in December when 74 amateur teams started out on the Wembley Trail, including new ones like the Dublin Blues. But now it's the turn of the big boys. Gail Tallick, number 21 there, substitute coming on. Former Wigan forward and French international. Forward. Nice slip pass to Davis. Harlan. Good ball to Smith. Oh, he's lost it. Play on, says Mr. Connolly. Harris again. Always beats that first man with that side step off the right foot, but a good tackle by Lee Harlan. Harris playing a skipper's role, leading from the front. Sterling. Matthew did well there, taking the ball flat. That's how a good prop forward should take it, flat so he gains the yards. Mark Glanville. Leeds hitting back now. Sheridan, short pass to Cummins. Oh, good tackle.
Great tackle there, Marley. He lined him up and just took him out.
Harris, the grubber kick. Well played. Jason Flowers did well to spot that. Stayed behind his line. That's where a full-back should be. Just look at that. The grubber kick through, John. And the full-back there.
Yeah, an awkward bounce there. He did well to take it.
They tell me he's done a lot of work in the winter, this lad, on the weights. He's put about 8 or 9 pounds on. Blackmore. Leeds really do need to get this big, powerful centre into the game. Lawford to Masala. Masala looks for the support. Oh, and it's picked up by the Castleford player Maloney. Oh, cheeky play there. But once again, John, a little indiscipline, letting Castleford off the hook.
That's right, you know, he looked for the pass, it was just good play, just tracked the attacker back, Maloney, and took the inside ball. If he wasn't there, it was 4 points or 6 points under the post.
But Leeds have done well to hold out with their 12 men. They haven't conceded any more points, and Tony Kemp is back into this game. 13 players each now. And Kemp straight into the tackle on Vowles. Castleford wanting to put a lot of distance between their line and the ball. Harris. Mather again with a copybook tackle. Rivet. Oh, good strong run by Rivet. Has a look at Wigan's Jason Robinson, doesn't he?
Very, very similar.
Sheridan, well, out on his own there. Took the wrong option. I think he forgot that Rivet had come in from that blindside wing. Matthew. Leeds desperate to get a try here before the half-time break. Sheridan to Kemp. Out wide to Blackmore. The flick. Oh, he wasn't looking. Clever flick on from Blackmore, but Stuart Cummins passing to nobody.
Again, well-organised defence. You watched, Vowles is calling them over. They just take them on. Vowles steps out and he throws it into touch. They just look very unorganised. They need the half-backs to assess themselves, you know, on this game.
And yet they're certainly making breaks and putting pressure on this Castleford line.
Yeah, but not, you know, not from the half-backs. You know, Ryan Sheridan's had a breakthrough. You know, Yeston's had a breakthrough. Kemp has had a breakthrough. But there's no organisation at the moment. And Mick Ford is just setting it down, and you know that's where they're in front.
And I think that's what Mick Ford will do here now as we approach the half-time. And certainly play through this set of 6, I think, very close to the ruck. That Davis in an acting half-back there. To Sampson. Sensible play, professional play by Castleford. Jason Flowers coming up into the attack. Now back to Maloney. And a kick that puts Rivet under considerable pressure here from the Castleford chasers. To Sterling. And that's good chasing from Castleford. It's a hard tackle from Harlan. Yeah. Sterling didn't like it.
I think he was going down as well, Ray, so, you know, bit of 50-50 there.
Leeds on the charge. Lawford. Matthew. Got good support with him from Farrell. But Castleford packing the space around the play of the ball. And once again Leeds lose the ball. Blackmore looks to the referee. He felt that the ball was knocked out of his hand, but I don't think so. Well, a knock on. Well, there we are.
Yes, I think the linesman brought his attention to it. Yes, Sampson just gets his hand in there. Knock on, good decision by the linesman.
Moving into stoppage time now. There should be quite some stoppage time for those injuries to Danny Orr and Richard Gay. But all the pressure coming from Leeds now. Sheridan, good break. Can he get the ball away? No, he can't. Well covered again. Tony Kemp. Matthew. Certainly the Castleford coach Stuart Raper has done a lot of work on this cast defence. It's paying off at the moment. Kemp, Sheridan. Mick Ford spotting the gap there. Moved in very, very quickly. Masella. Dean Lawford used to be a half-back. He's used to cutting through there. Harris, he's on his own. Oh, it's a risky pass. Can did it get there? He's just held up, and he loses the ball. Flowers collects, and once again, that Castleford line remains intact, John.
Again, you know, superb defence. You know, they're numbering off superbly well, and they, you know, it's making it very difficult for Leeds across the try line.
Mick Ford just having some attention there. Well, surely Mr. Connolly will have to stop the match. He'll have to go to the blood bin. I think connoisseurs would call this a good old-fashioned cup tie, John.
It's nice to see it. I'm enjoying every minute of it.
Harris just beaten by the bounce. Into 2 minutes of injury time now. And Harris just does not know where to go. Such are the numbers there on the chase from Castleford.
And again, Ray, you know, he's just done so much. You know, he's not doing the right thing when he's back there. He needs to get to the ball quick and make his mind up, you know. And if there's nothing else on, just make quick yardage so his forwards can get behind him. He's just doing too much.
But this Castleford tackling is aggressive. They're moving in very, very quickly. They're stopping the big men. Mr. Connolly not happy with that little bit of a punch-up between those two.
Yeah, I think dragged up. The arm comes over the top of Haaland, and then it's a bit of fisticuffs there. Not much really. Just get on with it.
Nothing serious, John. I think I've stopped better fights behind the bike sheds.
The penalty there for offside. Be interesting, you know, just before half-time. It's worth Francis Maloney having a go for the post here.
Little attention, and I think Mick Ford has heard you, John. He's signalling for goal, but he's going to have to go into the blood bin. He's a great competitor. He doesn't want to leave, but the law is the law. Anyone with blood around the face or anywhere on the body must have it attended to. And if he does go to the blood bin, of course, he can come back at any stage. It isn't classed as an entry into the substitutes.
I think that was a clash of, you know, the scrum halves there, and Ryan Sheridan just, you know, stuck the head on him, I think, and butted him earlier on, just cut forward.
Well, there is the half-time hooter, a hard, tough opening 40 minutes for the Silk Cut Challenge Cup tie. 7 points to 2 for Castleford, just a 5-point difference. But I think the second half, the problem for Cass might be, how will those injuries tell? They've taken some knocks to the youngster or to Richard Gay. Ford is in trouble, and they could have a problem, John.
Yeah, you know, it's a very, very physical match, and like I said, the last 20 minutes to be quite interesting. But I thought a strange decision there. You know, Francis Maloney is a big kicker to the ball, and the last minute there, maybe he should have gone for goal, you know, just to take that, you know, take the 2 points. But it will be a very, very fascinating second half, and just see how the cast players, you know, put up to it.
Only one try to Mather in the first half, but I'm sure as they tire, we'll see a lot more.
Good match, and we're heading into the second half between Leeds and Castleford. First half that belonged to Castleford, Leeds somewhat battling back in the final stages of that first half. It's Leeds 2, Castleford 7, and our commentary team is Richard Duckenfield, Jonathan Davis, and we're back with Ray French.
And back to the action here at Headingley, and looking at the action in the previous 40 minutes, I think of great concern to Graham Murray, Jonathan, will be those handling errors, 9-3.
Yeah, and the penalties conceded, Ray, that's been, you know, the worrying aspect. You just got to keep the discipline this half.
Well, Leeds have been on a pre-season build-up with the Royal Marine Commandos. They tell me they've successfully negotiated an endurance course with pipes submerged in freezing water, tramping through mud. So they should be ready for this 40 minutes. That's good play. Oh, but that isn't. Knock on.
Yeah, good play by Marcelo there. He just, breaks the gap and flips the ball. Unfortunately, he just puts it down.
Flowers did well to get the ball out there to Vowles. Good battle there between the two centres, Blackmore and Vowles. Crowd shouting for a forward pass, but this huge prop from New Zealand, Michael Smith, ex-Canterbury Bulldogs, he's not too bothered. Solid tackle there from Mark Glanville. Oh, that was straight into the body. It really is a punishing cup tie, this, John.
It is very, very physical. Like I said, the last 20 is going to be interesting.
There's a line in Shakespeare's Henry V, John. Men proud of destruction, and there's some destruction going on here in the forwards. The referee warning the Castleford players about infringing into that 10-metre area. That's a penalty. And a silly penalty by Castleford.
It'd be interesting to see this. It was a one-on-one there, so he's fortunate to get away with that.
Well, I think the referee, John Connolly, felt that the other Castleford tackler was also in there. Still, not to worry. Tony Kemp.
I think Kemp
and
needs
Masala driving forward.
I think Kemp needs to come into the game a lot more now.
Morley again looking for support, and that final runner not quite there. Glanville. Oh, nice double by Glanville. Now then, back inside, picked up beautifully by Harris. He finds Lawford. Lawford, Kemp does well. Again to Glanville. Oh, well, he gets the ball away, but it's to the ground. Superb rugby leading up to that last final pass from Glanville, when I think he should have kept hold of the ball.
Yeah, they keep the ball alive here superbly, but a great tackle by Critchley there, just as a force of the pass. You should have held on to it there and just took the tackle and start again.
Certainly, as we can see, Leeds keep opening up this Castleford defence, but the tigerish Castleford defenders hold out.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they do last. If they do break through, it'll be a very difficult match to cast then.
Maloney. Nice dummy. Now then, Maloney. He's got Critchley on his outside. Critchley going for the corner. It's a race between him and Ribbit. Oh, magnificent tackle. Mather does well to get there quickly. Good play. Back to Mather. Oh, it's frantic stuff. And really, Castleford squandered the pass there. Offside against Leeds. No advantage. Mr. Connolly was playing the advantage, but that was a superb tackle down the right flank on Critchley there. He's gasping for breath. I don't think he could quite believe it.
Yeah, the ball slips out here, and I think it's a desperate pass here by John Mather. Just chucks it anywhere. Goes to Leeds' hand, but they were offside.
But there was no need for the pass, John. I mean, it wasn't on the fifth tackle, was it?
No, very early on the tackle count. A tremendous break there with Francis Maloney, and a tremendous foot trace there, by the two wingers.
And I think this is an indication of how close this game is. Maloney having a shot at goal. One or 2 points could decide this game at the end.
Yeah, it's a 7-point deficit if he nails this, but you just have to cool down a little bit and then just hold on to the ball and just play the 6-sided tackle count out.
Francis Maloney then, one of the close season advised by the Castleford coach, Stuart Raper. Oh, he lofts it high, but it just goes wide. Frank Hawley and Mr. Leyland's flags there don't go in the air, and so it's no goal. Just to the side.
He's not striking it, as well as he'd like to there. He's missed two now. He's pushed one and just, he's pushed two really.
I mean, you were a goal kicker, John. It's all about confidence, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but he should have had that from the first kick. It was a superb kick. He's just not going through the ball. He's just pushing it.
I just wonder though. I mean, that was round the corner style again, from the wrong side. Is it better round the corner?
Well, I was around the corner goal kicker. What he does, he leads the ball forward so it doesn't curl. And that's what's happening. But it's not curling at all with him to pull it in.
Mather does well to get it away to Critchley again. They're certainly providing a lot of problems for Leeds down this right wing. But Cummins is the man in there. Forward. Sampson. Good break there again by Sykes. On the fifth tackle. Ford again, keeping the pressure on this Leeds line. Harris.
Yeah, poor kick there by Mike Ford. He won't be happy with that. It was too far and not enough height on it. An easy cut for Justin Harris.
Offside against Castleford. He's certainly keeping these two sides well apart. It's a tight cut time. And there we see the offside on the left there, the big forward for Castleford, encroaching. Sheridan to Masella. Well, penalties levelling up there, 9-7. I think it's that handling that's the problem. Adrian Morley. Leeds roaring back here now. Interference at the play the ball, surely. Yes, says Mr. Connolly. And no, he's going to have a word with Mike Ford. Well, he lost it, didn't he?
Yeah, a bit harsh there. He got off in quite quickly. I think he just lost the control of the ball there, Morley. But he's certainly, very destructive second row. He's making great yardage. He just needs support.
Now, would you go for goal here, John, if you were the lead skipper, or would you keep the pressure on down on this line?
Yeah, there's plenty of time to go, I think. You just take the points. Yes, he's a good kicker. And, Maloney's missing his kicks at the moment, so he could come down to a penalty kick, so I would take the points.
Justin Harris, record signing last year for the Leeds club, but a glamour signing that attracts the fans to Headingley. The chief executive, Gary Hetherington, likened it to the signing many years ago of another Welshman, Lewis Jones, and they'll be hoping that he kicks this as Jones used to do. He does. No hesitation. His eye never taken off the ball. 2 more points to Leeds. And the youngsters remind us all, it's a goal. So Leeds creep a little nearer.
Perhaps it's anxiety, but from the Castleford bench, the coach Stuart Raper is at odds with some of the refereeing decisions. He's made that opinion well known. He also at the half-time sort-out felt that Castleford really needed an early score in this second half to emphasise their position in the game. That didn't happen. We saw a chance go begging earlier on. It depends now a great deal, I think, on fitness really, and how Leeds can respond in the later stages.
Well, we talked about fitness, and these two Aussie coaches, Raper and Murray, don't shirk the hard work. And a lot of tackles there. Just look at the pressure on Leeds there, John. 96 tackles made by the Rhinos.
Yeah, they're certainly wearing them down, and the last 20 with lack of, substitutions. It's going to be a long second half, and as Stu Draper said, they need to score, they need to keep ahead, by more than 4 points, 6 points maybe.
Is it an indication, John, do you think? We have two Australian coaches. Here are two sides who for many, many years, one could say, were glorious on attack, but were quite fragile in defence.
Yeah, I think with the game is getting much quicker now. You have to work on your defensive system. You can score as many times as you want, but you have to defend. And it's the thing is with this game as well. They are going to tell you because of it's the first game of the season. They won't have had match fitness, and that is going to tell in the last 20.
I think it's telling now as Jason Critchley helps the Castleford forwards have a breather. Good play by the wingman. Sampson into a well-earned testimonial at Weldon Road. Brad Davis. Maloney. Well, I don't think the youngster there, John Wells, was expecting that. I think the runner across him actually distracted him from the ball.
Yeah, I think so, but, did that go backwards? I don't feel that went forward. He was, facing his own posts.
Two coaches under a lot of pressure, and I think they show it, don't they?
Don't look to be enjoying themselves that much yet, do they?
No, they don't. Francis Cummings. Nice footwork there, but all to no avail. Blackmore. Really needs Blackmore to get more into the game, John, for my money.
Yeah, I think Tony Kemp, and Sheridan's got to spread the ball wider, and then, get Yeston and Blackmore working as a partnership out wide.
Marcella.
And Leeds, you can expect to increase the tempo of this match shortly. Barry McDermott, Great Britain prop forward, is limbering up and will be coming on in the next few minutes for Leeds.
That was superbly taken by Jason Flowers. He never took his eye off the ball. He leapt up for it. And Mather doing a good job there, but just look at that tackle. There he is, leaps high, and he takes it perfectly.
That's a great take in traffic as well. It was a good kick, good chase, good rugby.
Forward, Maloney. Good ball to Fowles. Can he get that ball away? He gets himself away. Not the biggest of players, this lad, but he's certainly very strong on the run. Adrian Fowles, former North Queensland Cowboys. John Wells. Stuart Raper was predicting a good future for this youngster to me earlier this week. But he doesn't want to run into those Leeds forwards like that.
He'll learn, really.
This is hard cut rugby. Sterling gets away, but not quite. Good cover tackle there by Dean Sampson, and Barry McDermott, for the first time in 7 months, drives the ball in. He suffered a broken arm and a broken leg. Very keen to get into the action. And the Tongan Masala going off. Leeds stepping up a gear in the forwards, but they are keeping it, John, pretty close to the rucks, aren't they? Oh, here's a good chance for Sheridan. He's got Tony Kemp cutting inside, and that's a try. Tony Kemp takes the ball on the inside, and the half-backs do the trick. Pleasure all around the terraces from the Leeds fans. It's been a long wait to get into the lead, but there they are.
I think Lawford shows the dummy, unless everybody stays off him. Good support play here by Kemp. That was a question mark over as a forward pass or not, but Conley, the referee, was in a superb position. There he goes, just shows the boy, just cuts inside. good handoff. Mick Ford will be disappointed with that. Just good half-back play where he just strolls in unopposed to score.
Yeah, I thought for 1 minute it was Ryan Sheridan, but it was Dean Lawford. But it shows his old half-back skills, doesn't it? There he goes, he looks for the man, and the right pass.
Off the ball running was important there. Kempy saw if he stayed outside, you know, he couldn't take the pass, so he just takes inside.
Well, Tony Kemp, one of a long line of powerful standoffs in Leeds history. Mick Shoebottom, John Holmes, Gary Schofield comes to the rescue. Harris then. That crossbar is just 3 metres from the ground, but when the pressure's on, it's a difficult kick, but it's not, it's there. 2 points.
I think it'll be interesting to see how Castleford react now. They have been hanging on in there. They're looking tired with no substitution, so, you know, they've been just doing cover tackles, and it'll be interesting. Again, he breaks quickly here, and it's the inside run that holds the defence up for Kemp. He just takes the inside pass off Lawford.
Tony Kemp had an unfortunate time last season with an arm injury. Interesting to note that Leeds during the match have only played 8 full sets of 6 tackles, John.
Yeah, strange, you know. It's Murray will be you know, trying to put that right in training this week. You can't afford to turn the ball over. Again, you know, Barry Mack makes an instant impact, and
yes, and no need for that rubbing down in the face when Francis Maloney's face was on the floor either.
Again, there's lack of discipline. You know, their heads will be down, the Castleford boys. It's difficult working a set of 6 out, and all of a sudden now they have a relieving penalty to take the pressure off them, and now they'll be in attacking position again.
A yard forward. Clever switch to the blind side. Oh, another good dummy again, but he loses that ball. Looking to force the pass, Nathan Sykes. He'd made the break. He should have been content with that. Here we see the break. Just nobody there.
Yeah, trying to get his hands over the top of the tackle to pop it, but knock on.
Interesting battle going now between those 2 men. And there we can see, John, as we were saying, 9 incomplete sequences of 6 tackles from Leeds. A lot of mistakes.
You know, it kills your momentum, Ray. You have to have momentum, you have to play the 6 out. You know, it just gives you a platform.
Kemp. Oh, almost intercepted there, but picked up again. Well, was that an advantage?
It'll be interesting to see. There is 40 went for the interception, knocked it on. It might have come off Sheridan's thigh here.
There we see the pass. Oh, it does.
Should have been a play on there. Yeah. Sheridan Jose, and you'd have scored in the corner.
I think the action was too quick there for Mr. Connolly. It's off his thigh. He picks it up well, and he's away. But he's back. Sheridan opening out play well. There's a lot of loose ball knocking around this Headingley pitch at the moment.
Again, that's terrible play, It's from the scrum, first ball, first tackle, and they turn it over.
You think, John, it's because it's the first serious match of the season? They've just not adjusted to the timing, the running?
I don't know.
Obviously, you don't know.
Oh, I don't know. It's just it's simple play though. You know, they have to play the set of 6 out. You know, they're tremendous field position again. Certainly, Barry Mack certainly made an impact as he's gone to the second high tackle he's done already.
He was telling me on Tuesday he'd been so frustrated for 7 months out with this broken leg, and it really is showing, isn't it?
Well, he better keep his arms down. He'll be out for another couple of months, I think. He's sent off.
Castleford then looking for reply now. Bowles. Solid tackle there from Granville. He's done a lot of hard work in midfield as the new loose forward. Lee Harlan did well there. Brad Davis. Back to Ford. In 2 minds as to what to do. That's a good ball from Maloney. Harlan. Back again to Sykes. Brad Davis. But still, Leeds defence holds. Morley in with a good tackle there. Ford, that's a clever kick. Oh, he's just lost it. Jason Critchley just couldn't get hold of it. But you saw the difference in height there. Mather and Critchley contesting that ball with the smaller Leeds backs.
I think, Barry McDowell just hinders Mather there. It's just intelligent rugby there, trying to kick for Mather. 6'7", he should come down with it.
And here we see, it is a clever kick, it's hovering on that line. Mather is interfering. Oh, Critchley just can't take it. McDermott to Sheridan. Kemp. Well, everyone was forecasting this will be a very high-scoring game, myself included, John, but defences are ruling, aren't they?
Yeah, very much on top, but I think Leeds just have the edge now on pace, and one try, could kill this game off.
And on the Leeds bench, interested spectator Darryl Powell. Darryl, all credit to Castleford, but that first half was shabby for Leeds, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that we didn't play to our full potential, and we came up with a fair few errors. Castleford played pretty well and came up with a deserved lead at half-time.
Would you fancy playing in the game?
Yeah, I pulled my hamstring in training, so unfortunately I've had to sit this one out, but I just hope that the lads can keep this up and come out with a win at the end of the day.
Cut out the mistakes from now on and maybe there.
Yeah, well, when we've put some tackles together, we've gone pretty well, but we are making too many errors, and as soon as we cut them out, I think we'll go okay.
Thanks, Darryl. Thanks very much.
Great Britain midfield back star and former Keighley Cougars player Darryl Powell making good sense there on the Leeds bench. And Graham Holroyd, one player who can turn a game. Leeds have liked to bring him on in the past.
Yeah, and tempers are flaring up here. It's a great take by him there, and he just strips the ball again. It's just stupid play again, and he's just been substituted now, Tony Kemp.
Yes, and Adrian Vowles isn't happy with that tackle by Tony Kemp. Maloney. Graham Holroyd coming on, and Tony Kemp going off. Holroyd, no stranger to that standoff position. Chick. Ford. Neat little dummy. Shimmying down the middle there, Ford. He's a battler, and there's a penalty. Holding down, ripping the ball out. Again, another needless penalty by Leeds second row Morley. Just piles the pressure on the Blues. There we are. Mr. Connolly had called the tackle. And that's a high number of penalties in a game, John.
Yeah, and I think they've been silly penalties as well, as Morley just did there. You can't afford to do it. And, the Vincent kick, this is, well, they changed Francis Malone, he's not kicking it, Brad Davis is kicking it. He's missed two relatively easy kicks, and, if Leeds lose by the odd point, it'd be for the lack of discipline that they showed throughout the game.
Well, Brad Davis the new kicker. Seen considerable service in the lower divisions with Huddersfield for one. Here, looking to haul Castleford back in the game. 30 metres out, and it's a good strike. No nerves from the Aussie. Good kick from Brad Davis. And one senses that this match will go right down to the final minutes.
Yeah, a nice kick there, you know, quite a simple kick again in front of the post, sweetly struck, straight in the middle.
Tony Kemp looks to have a muscle problem there on his left arm, and just a point the difference. A most unusual scoreline for these two sides, John. We're usually accustomed to something like 26-28, but one must compliment the defences.
Yeah, they worked hard in the defence, and you know, even we're going into the last 10 minutes, quarter of an hour of the game, and you know, still great defence work by everyone. The cover defending has been superb.
Farrell finding no way through Vowles. Rows of rhinos ringing round the terraces here at Headingley as they try to urge their favourites out of this 20-30 metre area. Here we see, well, interference at the play of the ball. That's why the penalty has been given. Barry McDermott, legs pumping, pounding in there. Matthew. Sheridan, Holroyd, nice ball to Harris, but no way through down this left-hand side. Good support play. Andy Hay, fresh substitute on the pitch. Sheridan again to Holroyd. Very strong defence from Castleford in the middle. Sheridan, a kick to the corner. Oh, that's a tricky one for Critchley. Oh, he takes it well. Oh, and he beats the defenders. Good play there. A lot of pressure on that wingman. Flowers. And very even in this second half as Leeds have fought their way back.
Yeah, I think that, you know, time opponent Savage, just by the possession they've held on, and they've completed more sets of 6, really.
McKell.
Get away! Get away! Get away! Move on!
Sampson. Right forward. Again, another roar of forward from the crowd, but not so, says Mr. Connolly. Mike Ford again, still directing operations there in midfield as Castleford move ever closer. 30 metres out now. Maloney. On the 5th tackle. Vowles. Delicate little kick, but well picked up. Harris. Just one flash of genius from the Leeds fullback could clinch this game. And just look at that, John, over 227 tackles in a game. That's quite something with many minutes to go yet.
Yeah, it's a huge amount, and I think they'll respect possession a little bit better next time.
It's a huge amount, John, as well, for what is in effect their first match of the season. Surely some fitness levels should be going shortly.
Yeah, the last 10 minutes gap should open up, and you know, see the likes of Sheridan and Harris and hopefully Blackfoy, you know, coming into it.
Lawford. Oh, he's held! Danny John Miller picks it up. He's got Critchley outside him. I don't think he can get the ball across to him. He can't. A little indecision there from Mather. Critchley was wanting the ball. Maloney, just a point difference.
They're looking tired now, Ray. They're struggling to get back to 10 metres in defence.
Terrific tackle there. Still Castleford in possession. Get off him, shouts Mr. Connolly. He wants a quick play of the ball. McKell. Back to Davis. Davis trying to get around that blind side. Legs tiring now. Sampson. Chick. Maloney with an attempted drop. Oh, it's hovering high. It just floats to the left of that post, but it was well worth the attempt from Maloney.
Yeah, there is Jamie Mather. He was the one that put Maloney off, you know. He went for the kick from Akenhabag and put pressure on Maloney. He just pulled his drop kick. You watch him rush out of mark here, puts pressure on him. He's the only one, and he saved that from a point.
All right. 8 minutes remaining then. 1 point the difference between these two sides. Which one will go into the draw on Monday? Morley charging through. He's put some good runs in midfield as this Great Britain young second row. Matthew. Harris. And it's Castleford's turn to backpedal now. Holroyd. One gets the feeling that one or two of these substitutes might actually determine this game, John.
Yeah, the fresh legs, you know, it's they are looking tired now. They're slowing down defence and attack. Again, Critchley's been superb into that high ball, but not much challenge there from the Leeds players.
Jason Flowers, and it's significant now that players are walking back much more slowly.
Again, we've been so close, you know, you need to go down to the half, really.
Maloney to Critchley. Oh, he's got away. He's down this right-hand side, but good cover tackling again from Francis Cummins. Good play by Castleford, but equally good defence by Leeds. Harris to Rivet. And surely Leeds have got to reorganise. Harris again, trying to get free. Oh, there's nobody with it. Yes, there is. Sheridan's there. Players are beginning to walk on the pitch now. Such has been the ferocity and the pace of this game. Blackmore. He gets the ball away to Castleford.
Again, the scramble defence, the scrum Lee's ball. Yeah, McKenna comes in and just puts the ball down there.
So, a scrum, 22 metres out, John.
You know, the clock running down, Leeds with a scrum in a good position. If they don't score in this set of 6, they just got to roll the ball in the in-goal area and get another set of 6, you know. There's not much time to go.
Well, a bit of a problem here. Masella, number 8 there, has come on for Barry McDermott for Leeds, and it looks as if McKell is going off. Oh, well, Michael Smith's certainly come on in the second row, and McKell's come back on.
I think Harlan's gone off.
I would have a counter that scrum, John. Lee Harlan, I think it is, who's just disappeared from the loose forward position. Francis Cummings then. Leeds now looking for the killer try. And a penalty.
As Flowers makes the tackle here, does he interfere with him? Yeah, just runs into him. He can't afford to do that. Maybe he was accidental. We've got to stay well clear. He was getting up to play the ball, and there's a penalty.
I think Jason Flowers didn't really know that he was running into him, John, but he came from an offside position, didn't he?
Yeah, well, you can't afford to do that. You know, I think it was accidental that he ran into him, but so close to the, you know, to the post. He's penalised everyone for holding down throughout the game. He's not going to get away with it.
And this goal attempt from Harris, vital. A successful kick here would put Leeds 3 points in the clear, and it would mean that Castleford would have to score a try. Just 2 metres inside that 20-metre area. Quite an easy kick in normal circumstances, but when you're in a Challenge Cup round, there are no easy kicks. But that looks easy, and it is easy for Harris. A young man, 21 years of age, captain for the first time in his career as a Leeds player. Cool as ever, 12 points to 9.
That has been the difference in this game. The goal kick and Maloney, you know, he's missed 2, and Jason Harris hasn't missed any, and that has been the difference.
Man of the match, the scrum half, Ryan Sheridan, bought from the Sheffield Eagles club. He receives a commemorative medallion, and I think, especially to his liking, a cheque for a couple of £100. Just over 3 minutes remaining. Still, this game can swing Castleford's way. 1 try could clinch the game.
Yeah, they need to score a try now, as before. You know, a penalty kick would have done it, but now, you know, they've got 75 metres to go. They have to spread the ball wide.
Davis. Oh, he loses it again, but that's a penalty. Ball stealing, judges Mr. Connolly. There were 2 players on the tackle. Whether it was or not is debatable.
Again, Ray, you know, you can't afford to do it. There's a couple of minutes left, 1 try in it. You know, a kick down, you're going to be deep into Leeds' half now. Graham Murray, he must be going livid in the stand there. You know, that's one thing he'll tell them in training is the discipline and the penalties. A scandalous, 17 penalties. You just can't afford to do that in any game.
Minutes remaining, 12 points to 9 for Leeds. A sequence of 6 tackles here for Castleford. 1 try could do it. Forward. Couldn't get the ball away. Brad Davis. Michael Smith. He's a powerful player, is this Kiwi.
They've got numbers on the left here. If it goes left, you know, they have got numbers.
And they are going left. Brad Davis, little chip kick, Harris is there. I think that was a little, well, no, I was just saying that was a little wasted, but it won't be because it's a drop out under the post, and Castleford should have another sequence of 6 tackles, but time's ticking away against them.
Yeah, I felt he made the wrong decision there, and I don't think he communicated with his back, so the chase wasn't good. But then again, once the players get there, it's great play by Vowles and Wells, and they just forced the kick.
Inside the last minute of normal time here. 3 points the difference, 12-9 for Leeds. Maloney. 25 metres from the Leeds line, 5 tackles remaining. Michael Smith. Oh, he makes good ground.
Yeah, but he's on his own again, Ray. He needs runners there. No, he's not gonna pop a pass if there's no one there.
Mike Ford, good ball inside. Oh, tremendous effort to Jason Flowers. Can he get the ball away? He does. Castleford just so near. Smith held short. Oh, there looks to be a try there. But it's Castleford still in possession. Ford, good tackle. Terrific tackle from Blackmore there. He spotted the danger. Still Castleford, go down that short side. Sampson. Mick Ford is held. Good defence by Leeds. The 5th tackle. Now then, what will Castleford do? Is this their last chance? Vowles with a high one. It's anybody's ball. Castleford have picked it up, and they've scored. It looks like Andrew Schick, I think. Oh, a tremendous kick. Sensational events here in the dying seconds in Headingley. It looked to me as if Andrew Schick, he plucked the ball out of the air. Wonderful hands and anticipation for a second row. His 17th try, and I'm sure the other 16 were never anywhere near as important as this one. We said that he didn't try, and who said it was going to be the year of the Tiger? 25-1 for the cup. Just look at that kick, John.
He had nowhere to go there, Bowes, and that's a fantastic kick. Comes down the yard from the try line. Shit gets up in traffic. 3 Leeds players. A try. Incredible. Just see the reaction of everyone. They know that the game is over. The hooter could go after this kick.
But we've seen down that right-hand corner, John, that were the Leeds defences, they have some very short men there. We saw Critchley pluck the ball out a couple of times.
Yeah, you got Rivet there. Yestin goes for it. Doesn't get high enough, and Schick is there. He goes in with a conviction. He comes up with a ball.
A tremendous kick. It hovered in the air. There were 3 Castleford men up there, but didn't he do well to get that ball?
Yeah, he went up there. The conviction it was, and he just went up and took it and scored. The blockers didn't do their job there. They left Yestin Harris exposed. He didn't get high enough, and Schick was there to capitalise on it.
Well, I think they'll make Andrew Schick a free man of Castleford tonight. And Brad Davis with the conversion attempt. Leeds certainly look like men who have had a Challenge Cup tie snatched away from them. It's a goal. Brad Davis puts it straight between the uprights. 5. Time it is. Castleford, the winners in the dying seconds. 25-1 against to win the Challenge Cup before kick-off. And those odds will surely have shortened now. A tremendous effort from Mike Ford. The supporters can hardly believe it. Only the Tigers' second win ever over Leeds in a Challenge Cup. Back in 1969. And dare I say it, when they did that, they went on to lift the trophy at Wembley. The Leeds players can hardly believe it. And there is the Tiger. It looks as if he's getting on his knees to pray. A tremendous cup tie, John.
Yeah, they've always been close games, and it comes to the last minute and the last kick. Incredible game, and you know, Leeds to be disappointed. They created opportunities but didn't finish them off. The defence of the Castleford in the first half was superb. They kept them in the game, and I think, you know, it was the last kick, like I said, a tremendous take and a try there by Schick.
Well, there was certainly plenty of courage, plenty of grit, and there is Andrew Schick. He's hobbling. I spoke to him on Thursday at training at Weldon Road, and he had a bad calf injury. He didn't take part in the session. He was lying down with an ice pack on that right calf. He said, I'll be fit, and my word, hasn't he proved it?
I think it's testament to their fitness.
Adrian Voles, I mean, that was a dramatic end, Adrian. I mean, you must have been cool there in those circumstances.
Oh, mate, I didn't know if we were going to win. I was hoping, but luckily the kick came off, and I think we deserved to win because we put up a lot of stick at that game. Full credit to our players, you know.
Where was the kick? Was it anywhere, in truth?
I was just aiming high because I was aiming for BJ Mather because he's the tallest bloke in the field, but Schicky got it, you know, so I don't care who scores them.
And Andrew Schick was the man on the end of it. Andrew, congratulations. I guess that was a gift from the gods, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought it was going a bit wide at first, and I was sort of hoping BJ would be there, but actually I thought it had come one past, but fortunately Vowsy ducked out and it didn't go quite as far as I thought it would, and I was lucky enough to get it.
I know it was close at the end there, but did you really expect that you could clinch it with seconds to go?
I said to, I think it was Richard McKell just after half-time, I said it's going to be another close one, and we've had a few close shaves here and come off the end of a few losses, and you know, hope today was our day. We're very happy.
Congratulations, Andrew, and a very happy Castleford coach, Stuart Raper. Stuart, I guess the first half performance was very satisfying, but it was that shock at the end, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, I'd say the results like this make a coach go old very quick, and I'll take the points. I'll always take the win, but I'd rather them see a little bit earlier than that.
But the first half was important for you, and then it just seemed to drift away a bit in the second.
Yeah, I was really pleased with the groundwork we did in that first half. Unfortunately, we didn't go on in the second half. I thought they might have run out of fuel, but to their credit, they kept coming and they got back in front. And, you know, when it's a last-second sort of win like that, it's anyone's game. All credit goes to Leeds as well.
Hard game really to playing for the first truly competitive game of the season, isn't it?
Oh, it was like a war out there. You should have seen the guys in the dressing room at half-time. We had blood everywhere. We had blokes knocked out, and you know, they say rugby league's one of the toughest games in the world. I think people proved it out here today.
Well, here's a man who knows about it, Mike Ford, the Castleford captain. Congratulations, Mike.
Thanks very much. Very hard win, and you know, it's not over till the last minute, and we competed until then and come up with a good win.
I thought in your case there was a lot of experience, a lot of grit in that performance.
Yeah, I just keep telling the guys we had to complete our sets of 6. We didn't do it, you know, we didn't do it at times, but if you remember that just before that last try, we kicked one into the in-goal area. They had to set, back up another set of 6, and that's what killed them in the end. Just they were fatigued, and we just kept going at them.
A very happy afternoon.
It's a great afternoon. You know, at times you thought you might not be in the act for the next round, but we just kept going, and that's what's pleasing for us, a bit of character.
Well done, Mike. Great game.
Thanks very much. Cheers.
I tell you what, if tomorrow's cup tie is half as good as that, we're in for a real treat. It's Featherstone Rovers against St Helens on